Okay, so I've unboxed all of the parts for our Insoon Grocery Store, not corner store, not general store. It is a grocery store. I've unboxed all of the parts here. So based on the instructions, I did lump them into the various steps. So you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then over there on the edge, there's a couple of bags that aren't labeled. They appear to be like the foundation pieces, some wheels for the car, and looks like the light box. I've got it all sorted out. I am going to start on build bag 1 with the instructions, and we'll continue from there. So as we get started here, as I mentioned, I'm going to start with the first collection of bags for step 1. There are 6 bags in total from what I can tell. When I get into the instructions and start the actual build, I'll make sure I call out if there's anything else that needed to be included. You can see that I've got a little Tupperware thing there above the bags. I'm going to dump all the parts for bags 1 into that, just so that they don't spill all over the place. And we'll continue to do that for the rest of the build. Just a little helper for those that have the tendency to lose pieces and then get all frustrated. I'm just going to do that to help save me that frustration. So yeah, here we go. So within the largest bag of bag 1, there was a door piece that was wrapped in plastic, just so you're aware. Okay, so I'm going to get started here. You can see they call out the pieces that you need and how those pieces go together on the various steps. So I'm just going to start putting this together, or sorting out the parts, putting things together, and I will time lapse this so that y'all don't get bored, but you'll be able to still follow along. So here goes. Okay, so step one is finished. We've got our final product here, and I'm about to start on step two, which is all these pouches here. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pouches in total for step two. So here goes. Okay, so we've made it through step two, and this is what we have for our finished product. 4 little pieces left. So yeah, we're going to get started on step three. I will add with step two, there were some pieces that didn't come together right, like the colors were off from what showed in the picture. I think this is supposed to be dark brown and it's red. These are supposed to be dark brown according to the instructions, but they're light brown. So I mean, whatever, it kind of ties together, but just so you know, there were some discrepancies, and some of these little parts, like these guys, if you got big fingers, they're tough to put together. Okay, so step three will also be 5 bags, it looks like. So we're gonna go ahead and get those cut open and into our little container, and then we'll get started. Step three is finished. Here's the result. So it's getting there. It's definitely starting to look like something. 3 pieces were left. That's all that was left this time. So moving on to step four. Step four has 5 bags, so we'll be opening those and getting started. Okay, so step four is done. You can see that the whole front porch is on now. There was some tricky pieces here, so these things don't exactly line up, these posts. You kind of have to pull them up once you get it fully assembled. But other than that, everything else went pretty straightforward. There is a lot of decals in here, and these little guys are tough to get straight. But other than that, roof is all done, all the details and stuff, and the key is to make sure that these still open, which they do. We'll get to that when we do the final review, but just some tidbits, and here are the leftover pieces from step four. Moving on to step five, we've got 5 bags, and I'll be building the roof section. Okay, so step 5 complete. Really looking like a little store now. The roof was a little tricky, but overall everything went well. You can see we've got all the signs on here now. Roof's on, all decorated. And these are the extra parts from step 5. So last step is step 6, and that'll be coming up soon. Okay, so here we are with the Insoon Grocery Store number SC9902. Step 6 is complete. The whole build is done. I will say the one thing I did not do was the lighting kit. And that is because I feel like this is where they really missed the mark. I haven't done lighting kits before, so I can't say that they're better or worse than any other company. But what I can say is that, and I'll show you in a second, but their lighting kit, if you'll call it that, leaves a lot to be desired. Let me just zoom in over here. So there we have the parts that remained from the build. And then you can see this whole strand of wire in that little white box over there is the light kit. Basically, the instructions just have you winding it through the house in really no order, just kind of running it through. And I'll show you in a second that the back of this opens up so you can see the inside and whatnot. Trying to get it tucked away so that it looked neat and you got light in the right places, and then being able to close the house up. It just didn't work. So let me open this up and I will show you what the inside looks like. Okay, so here it is opened up. You can see that there is a lot of detail inside. I got a whole lot of stuff in there, even to the chimney, going like through the floor here. and then up through the roof. I mean, that's pretty impressive. There's a lot of little doodads and knickknacks and signs, and I mean, it really is kind of a cool build from a detail perspective, and it was fun. It was challenging. I will say the roof is less than secure. All that really holds it is those little hinges inside there. It's not mounted on the edges anywhere, and you can see that this piece right here keeps coming apart. And if I try to tighten this piece down, then this comes apart. So overall, I mean, am I impressed? I think they did a good job. I think a lot of the detail is good. There's a lot of neat little things to it, for sure. I would have liked to have seen one big piece that contained the house and then all of these little knickknacks and everything attached to it rather than just kind of freestanding out here. I will say this little pickup truck is really cool. There's a lot of pieces in there. It's very detailed. So overall, first impression for this Insoon company, especially for the price, I think you get a lot because they are a lot cheaper than, I'll say, the name brand, and some of the other brands that I've seen too. But you kind of can feel where they're lacking, like in their light kit, for example, and just the way some of the, I think they could have done a little more better job with the roof attachments and so on. That being said, I'd probably give them, I'd say, an 8 out of 10, just for detail and ease of instructions and so on. When it comes to the instructions, I did have some challenges, just because I think I noted in one of my builds there were some pieces that were the wrong color, but they did have the pieces. It was just the wrong color from the instructions. So yeah, I mean, overall, I'd say 8 out of 10, maybe 7.5 out of 10. Hope this was helpful. I will say I will order more from Insoon. I'll give them another chance with another kit. I'm not ruling them out, just hoping for some improvements as we go along here. So yeah, there you have it.